What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Smartsistah, and this is the Smartsistah Show, and we are on episode 7, which is my favorite number. And today I'm going to talk about internalizing racism in my life segment, and in the next segment, I'm going to talk about the new Spike Lee movie, BlacKKKlansman, which I'm not gonna go see it, so I'm gonna tell you why. And then in my political segment, I'm gonna talk about Trump getting his ass handed to him, as well as my girl Omarosa and all kind of other stuff going on. So stay tuned. We're getting ready to go for a ride talking about this damn new movie. All right, see you in the next segment. Are you a Fulani soul sister? Well, you need to be, because you need to claim your culture and add Fulani Soul Sisters line of Fulani earrings, African printed head wraps, and wooden earrings that will add that special African style to your everyday outfit. So go by allthingstony.com and get yours today. All right, so this segment in my life segment today, I'm just going to talk a little bit about internalizing racism. Now, this whole month I said I was going to spend some time talking about all the different aspects of how to cope with racism in the United States here, or hell, everywhere, but with that Black people have to deal with. And I think more and more people are coming to understand all the various types of racism there are, all the various ways to cope with it, and all the various ways it has affected us. And I've talked before about post-traumatic slave syndrome, which many Black people here in the United States have. Well, which I won't call them Black people. I will say some people of color, because unfortunately, too many of us, because of post-traumatic slave syndrome, we have internalized racism to the point that we think like a white supremacist. And that is the key weapon they've used to keep us from doing what we have to do to get our own freedom. And I'm not putting all the blame on white folks, but let's face it, if you've been brainwashed for centuries, we're not talking about 2-3 years or like the Holocaust, everything happened, pretty quick. We're talking about centuries of this type of brainwashing. So that's why I'm going to give many of my folks a pass. However, I don't give them the pass when it comes to the point that they are doing the work of a white supremacist. And let's face it, too many are doing that. Now, let me just go into what I mean when I say we internalize it. You internalize it when you start hating yourself and loathing who you are, and not wanting to have anything to do with your own culture, with your own people, in terms of how you look, in terms of what you do, whatever. And I'm not saying that, okay, if I like some rock music, okay, that doesn't mean I'm not Black. Just because I may like something that's not falling into what many people would term to be Black culture. Unfortunately, too many of us do that. We're like, oh, well, you talk white, or you like rock music, or you this or you that, you ain't Black. You ain't Black enough. Well, what the hell is it? Because if you stop and ask them what Black means to them, they couldn't tell you, or you're going to get 5,000 different types of definitions. So personal preferences for things, I don't trip on that way, because we are all different. We all have different things. But one thing about it, though, when it comes down to being Black, you Black, and you know what goes along with that, what you have to deal with, and then how you should live your life. That's what I have no sympathy for, or no whatever, because I remember people in college that wanted to distance themselves from Black people as much as they could, in terms of how they looked, from hair to the clothes they wore or how they acted, or I can speak perfectly correct English without having white intonation, like I do on this show a lot of times. Like when I'll go into valley mode, oh my God, really? I mean, when you find black people that just have to do the white intonation in order to communicate, I have a problem with that, because if that's not what you grew up around, some of us did, but most of us didn't. And as I said, I can speak the King's English without doing that. So, but too many of us code switch. We learned that early as well. How to, you talking to your friends going, hey, what's up? And then the white girl come around, how are you, Becky? How are things? We code switch all the time. So I'm not even down in that. I'm just saying that you need to understand where that comes from and why are you doing it. I am proud of who I am, and when I want to speak well, I will. When I want to speak Ebonics, I will. Okay, and even with Ebonics, linguists have studied that to show that it's African sentence syntax that's applied to the English language. That's why when a lot of us so-called Ebonics is being spoken, it's the same grammatical errors or so-called mistakes or whatever across the board. Now, if we were just speaking in correct English, that wouldn't happen. But the fact that there are patterns in the way, as I said, the syntax and the sentence structure is consistent across the board, then that lets you know it's a language in and of itself. Because what we did, we just applied the African language patterns to so-called English, and then there you have it. So once again, that's something that too many of us would be so ashamed of because they don't speak well. Well, there's a reason, okay? And there's even a brilliance in that, okay? The way that we communicate. So it's all how you want to look at it. And that's what bothers me so much about so many of these coons and niggas and Negropeans out here trying to be a part of a system that does not care about them or does not want them. So we will do white supremacist work by downing each other, by not being able to connect, by always saying what's black, what isn't black, what's too black, what's not black enough. We still having these same damn conversations in 2018. And my thing is, I always tell folks, if you're confused, go to a Klan meeting. Okay, that'll clear up a whole bunch of shit for you, and that's what you will find out what somebody really thinks about your ass. And it's not that you define yourself by that, but let's face it, there are certain things that we know that are not liked or that are despised or whatever about being a black person. And what kills me though is all these people running out trying to get a tan, all these people trying to, listen to rap music, trying to, everything they think is black, hairstyles, clothes, we are the it people. We set the trends. We do what we got to do, and people always want to copy every damn thing, but yet still they hate you. Okay, and let's be clear. This is based on, white supremacy is based on hatred. The fact that they feel that they are better and their lives mean more and they want to rule the world, as I talked about last week. And here we are still, well, it's not that bad. Yes, it is. You are hated. Despite all of our creativity, I've always said I would love to have Black World Day where we all would just leave and go somewhere and take every damn thing we created with us. The America would be pretty damn boring. First of all, it wouldn't exist because you wouldn't have had hundreds of years of free labor. Then think about music. What are you gonna listen to? Burl Ives while you making love? Okay. What kind of clothes you gonna wear? What kind of food are you gonna eat? Everybody wanna come in our neighborhood and eat our food and hang out and listen to jazz, which we created, blues, which we created. We created rock and roll. Everything. Okay, so I just want to just say you cannot internalize the hatred someone has for you and then turn around and think that you are black or that you are a part of their world, because you're not. And I'm going to go deeper into this. I'm just hitting it right now and get back to my point about the Ku Klux Klan and going to their meeting to be clear on who you are if you're confused. This is going to take me right on in to the next segment when I talk about Spike Lee's new movie, BlacKKKlansman. See you there. Woo, I got so much to say about this new Spike Lee movie, The BlacKKlansman. Now, first of all, I'm not gonna go see it. So I know some of y'all are gonna like, but how the hell you gonna make a comment about the movie that you ain't even seen? Cause see, you don't know what it's about. You don't. Okay, all of y'all, hell with y'all. Because I've read all the reviews, I've looked at all the stuff, and I just don't agree with the premise of the whole damn movie. Because I mean, I had a problem with, for y'all's information, with Black Panther, but that's a whole nother show. But anyway, the fact that he's gonna base a movie on this dude, Ron Stallworth, that so-called infiltrated the Klan. Now, how the hell you infiltrated it and your black ass couldn't go to none of the meetings? So you had to send a white boy to go be yourself, but you just talk the shit on the phone. To me, what is that? And what is there to be proud of you doing that? What the hell got really accomplished by you doing that? And the research that I found, the Negro was a part of the counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO. All of the and you can go get the papers now and read all the memos and all the stuff of how they infiltrated organizations to get intelligence on what's going on. And don't you think it's mighty funny that the Black Panthers that was trying to feed little kids were killed in their damn sleep in pre-dawn raids when they infiltrated them? But who the hell done did any damn thing to a Klansman? I don't think any of them have ever been killed in a pre-dawn raid. If any of them have been killed, it's because their ass was shooting and they got shot back at. Okay? The government didn't wage a war on them and destroy them. So what is the point of your black ass sitting up here talking about you infiltrating them when you wasn't doing shit but being a damn snitch and doing what? Did you break up the Klan in your area? Did you do anything? And we don't know what the hell all he did. Because why did he write this damn book in 2006 and this shit happened back in the 70s and 80s? Really? Okay, so we really don't know what the hell he did. And for him to be walking his black ass around with a Klan membership card in his fucking wallet till today, what is to be proud of that? These people burned black men alive, hung them, cut them up, did whatever. You know what? Sometimes, we just still crazy from post-traumatic slave syndrome. What the hell would you want to do that for? You should be ashamed to have that fucking card in your wallet, if you ask me. Okay? And then he said he regrets that he never put out the information he had gotten on David Duke and that da. Well, that would have been a main thing to do, to make sure that he didn't rise to national prominence, which he did. And he's Dr. David Duke now. He has his PhD, people. Okay, and I read his review, his remarks, and he said all of it was a lie. Well, of course he's gonna say that. But my thing is, we don't know what intelligence he got, and to what avail. Okay, the Klan's still there in damn Colorado Springs. They still everywhere. They're growing. They never stop growing. And like I said, the United States government never attacked them like they did the Black Panthers or any other damn black group fighting for our rights. Okay, so come on now. It's just beyond ridiculous. We're the only people in the world that'll sit up here and be proud of being, the head nigga in charge, or the only one, or the one that did whatever. There's nothing to be proud of. And anytime you do a damn Klan movie, Mr. Lee, and all these white folks from the New York Times on down talking about great movie, must see, blah, blah, blah. How the fuck are you telling any truth if white folks love the movie? Okay, and then you got dumbass black people going in there just to be entertained, because we love to be entertained. Okay, and I know damn well the movie ain't covering where he didn't bond with these people and destroy racism in the city or whatever. He was a snitch. As simple as that. Okay, and even some of he rooted out some of the racist cops that were on the force, and he did, and of course they always got to come up with something positive and good that white folks did. Okay, and were able to do. And he's talking about how they stopped some cross burnings and that. What, so their asses is still there? Or so the fuck what? You stopped the burning? So the hell, they ain't doing that anymore anyway. They didn't change their MO. Now they got the tiki damn torches instead of a damn cross. Okay, so what did you stop? What did you do? And then, like I said, you waited 30 years to write the damn book. Come on now, everybody wake the hell up. And black folks, quit wanting to be entertained so good, so much that you miss the fucking point. And then that brings me to Spike Lee with his little sawed off ass. You always talking shit. You sitting up here talking about calling the president a motherfucker, but yet and still you make some bullshit that's lying, where you didn't stretch the truth, where most of the writers on the film were white and Jewish and not you. Okay, and of course they're gonna try to give some sympathy toward policemen and how we all kumbaya working together and bullshit. It's all bullshit. It is bullshit. And then you trying to act like you so down with the cause and you so black. Yet am I happy that you have been able to be successful in film? Yes, because I'm not a hater. Have you given some black folks some jobs? Yes, you have. That I will give you. But other than that, this is a bullshit premise ass movie. Okay, that's been whitewashed once again, and you can't keep talking out of both sides of your neck. One side you're trying to be so black and so militant, and on the other one, the white folks still giving you money to make film. Now, if you was really making some shit that was waking some people up and doing some real shit, you wouldn't get no money. Okay, you wouldn't be Spike Lee. They just give you just black enough, okay, so that they can be comfortable to give you whatever it is that you do, but you ain't controversial enough where you waking no damn body up. It's easy to show, oh, look how we've grown, or look what happened, and we really worked together and rooted out some racism. But the bottom line is all the shit is still the same. The Klan's still there. David Duke rose to national prominence. Ain't nobody killed no Klan group in a pre-dawn raid. Come on. Come on. This is some bullshit. And that is the main reason why I'm not going to go see the shit. Now, I can't do it. I just can't do it. We got to stop letting everybody else write our damn story, or always smoothing shit over and acting like, we're working and see, that's internalized racism. Now, I just got through talking about it in the last segment. To me, this damn film, you, Spike, that dude, Ron Stallworth, all of you, is internalized racism, because basically, you're still trying to make a way to smooth shit out and act like it's not as bad as it seems. The fucking Klan hung black men, cut off their parts, sent postcards, saved dicks in jars, okay, burnt people alive, all kind of shit. And you mean to tell me you gonna spoof this shit? You got a damn hood with a brother with a pick in his hand. What kind of bullshit is that? And I'm just sorry. I'm just sorry. I am not gonna keep supporting no bullshit ass movies and getting entertained and laughing and all that about some shit that's serious in my community. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And I wish and hope more black folks will wake up and quit falling for the okie doke and quit looking at this shit and supporting bullshit like this. Okay? Let the white folks go see that bullshit. Okay? Who is probably seeing it now. And those of us that's seeing it and being entertained and thinking it's so profound, then you need to fucking wake up and do some history and look at what the Klan has really done. Because a lot of these young folks don't even fucking know. They don't know how serious the shit is. So, unless you telling some real truth like Mississippi burning or some shit like that when you can see it, I don't want to hear it. It's a spoof. It's crazy. And that dude was a snitch, straight up. So do your homework. Look it up. I'm like Malcolm X. Look it up and see. And that is why I ain't going and could give a damn less. So that's it for this section. On to the next one. I'm going to talk about politics. So the Democrats are on my last nerve. You're running around here talking about impeachment when you don't even have the votes to get it done. And that is the damn problem. Everybody wants to focus in on Trump himself, and he's not the issue. What you need to be looking at is the fact that these Trump supporters, whoever they are, and I'm not talking about just Bubba and Cooter, I'm talking about the rich white folks that put him in office, and especially the white women, because white women put Trump in office. Okay, you can blame it on Trump supporters, you can blame it on people of color, Latinos, everybody that you say didn't come out well. You know who did? White women, and white women did not vote for Hillary Clinton on the level that they should have. That's how Trump got in there. So I'm really getting a little tired of all his illegitimate president and the Russians. And first of all, do you really think that's the first time social media was used on people? And if your ass is dumb enough to fall for it, then so be it. Okay, and then the bottom line, it's not just Trump, it's the party, it's all the people that have cognitive dissonance that seem to want to support him or support the Republican Party over anything and everything and everybody. That is the key issue. And until the Democrats see that for what that is, you're going to lose again. As I said before, I'm betting on he'll get in again, despite all this garbage, because you were willing to take President Obama down for stupid shit, but yet and still, this fool is surrounded by criminals, is a criminal. Criminals are here, there, everywhere, and you can't get rid of them, or you act like you can, or our hands are tied. Like I said in my last segment, with the Klan. Nobody's ever done any pre-dawn raids and killed them and got rid of them like they did all the black so-called militant organizations. So, as I always say, white people do what they want to do. Trump is going to be in there as long as the people, as the Koch brothers and the people of power that pay for everything, want him in there. And you can sit up here and talk crazy all day long, Democrats. Until you get back in touch with your base, you are going to lose. And that is the problem. You have totally lost contact with your base. You're not talking about the everyday issues that affect people all the time in terms of their money, in terms of their benefits or whatever. You're not speaking of that. You're just trying to say, oh, well, we're not Republicans. Oh, we're not Trump. That's the mistake Hillary made. Instead of getting deep down in it, which Barack should have shown her that. You got to get back down with the people and dealing with them and talking to them and not acting higher and mightier than thou. This didn't have shit to do with her being a woman. That's some part of it, but if she had really gotten down in the trenches with the people and let them know she was there for them instead of this high horse shit or that it was just my time, she would have won. See, Trump appealed to the average person and told them what they wanted to hear. Okay, and Democrats are not doing that, so that's why you're losing. You can't out Republican a Republican. All the people, the Republicans that ain't gonna vote for you, are not gonna vote for you no matter what. So why don't you get back to the base of the people that put you in there in the first place? Because I don't, like I said before, I don't see no damn blue wave coming, because I don't see anybody out there that's saying the right things and galvanizing the right people other than Bernie and the so-called Democratic socialists. And y'all are so busy, Democrats, running away from them, that you just lost touch with progressives, with the average person. So you're gonna lose. You're just gonna lose. And now, between now and November, I don't see anything changing that much. So your blue wave is gonna go over like a fart in a spacesuit. Trust me, it's not gonna happen unless some drastic changes are made. And I don't see it because the powers that be in the Democratic Party still are in some ivory tower some damn where, and they just don't get it. They just do not get it. You didn't support President Obama the way you should have, and so now your asses are paying for it. And Trump and the Republicans are gonna hold fast. Now the Dems may get the House. I doubt it, but that's a possibility. But the Senate, nope. Not gonna happen. And then what? This new crazy ass person he wants to put in the Supreme Court is gonna get in. You know, it's mighty funny, Democrats. You're not blocking him the way you let the Republicans block President Obama's pick. And I say President Obama because y'all also kill me. Obama this, Obama. He was your damn president, so you need to give him the respect he's due. But that's just it. You never did. You never did, and then you're going to pay for it, and you're paying for it now. Okay, so the Democrats, you can forget it. Unless you do some drastic shit, you can forget it. And all these people that will, I just heard somebody play a tape of this preacher preaching about Trump and how this man is a good man. What now? If you're a man of God or a woman of God or a so-called Christian or whatever, and you can't see through this garbage, and you praying for this fool and doing all this other stuff, cognitive dissonance. Look it up. It's basically when you have a belief or understanding of something that you want to put all your eggs in one basket, and no matter what facts come your way, you're going to still support what you believe, no matter what, even if it's irrational. And let's face it, anybody still supporting him is irrational. And that's where we are right now. It is what it is. And there's only a few ways you can get rid of cognitive dissonance. And that's what I'll talk about next week. But for right now, these people are going to support that man no matter what. And he just keeps digging in deeper, and they keep going deeper with him. And that's what the Democrats don't understand. You can't fight that. Okay, if you're irrational and you crazy and you're going to support this man no matter what, then appealing to people, oh, we're not him, is not going to cut it. All right, so that's where we are in this country right now. Those of us that know better need to start doing better, and especially black people. We need to just separate and pull our shit and go on about our business, because we try to vote, then you don't want us to vote. Then you're going to try to blame stuff on us and say because we didn't vote, even though we support you like an old hound dog. So, no, I'm done. I have been in politics all my life. I have worked. I have canvassed. I have gotten out in the streets. I've done it all. And you know what? Girlfriend is done. Because for what? Do it for what? To what avail? Nothing all the stuff that I fought for, it's pretty much over. So it's time for me to use the same effort to build my own community, to build my own stuff, to build my own businesses and move on. Because if you don't, you're going to be left in the dark. Because black people got cognitive dissonance too. Okay, some of us, no matter what white folks have done, killed you, beat you, stoned you, lynched you, raped you, burnt you, did all this shit, and you still running up behind trying to be a part of their system and looking at your own people and hating yourself like they do. So that's some cognitive dissonance for your ass too. And we need to get over it. But my thing is, I'm not going to keep trying to fight and convince somebody to come over the right way. What we got to do is just all of us that think alike, we need to get together and do what we got to do. And the hell with the masses if they can't get it. If they still cool with some Cavassier or some cognac or some Patron and hitting the clubs, and that's all you got, then hey, let them have it. As a matter of fact, let me think of a new damn drink that I can sell and get paid too. So that is my rant for politics this week. And next week I'll finish talking about it, really explain what cognitive dissonance is and how we can get around it and what we're going to have to do it. And then I'll just keep giving my advice to the Democratic Party. All right. You all have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for coming by the show today, and I really appreciate your support. I really hope I'm able to reach you and help you and give you some information or whatever. Or even if I piss you off, that is the point. At least you're thinking, you're feeling something, and that's exactly what I want the audience that follows me to do. I want you to feel and I want you to think. So thanks again for stopping by. The show now is on iTunes and Stitcher. It should be coming to Google Play and Spotify very soon. So please go there and give me a comment or a like or subscribe. And next month I'm going to do some type of promotion for everybody that leaves a review or whatever of the show on any of those venues. So please keep me in mind also to give any type of donation that you can afford. It takes time, it takes money, it takes everything to make this show possible, and I really want to keep it going for us so I can continue to be independent voice that we need out here in this world today. So you can go to my website, Smartsistah.com, and there's a link to my Patreon page, or you can go directly to Patreon. That's patreon.com/Smartsistah, and you will find my page. And as I said, always feel free to give me any ideas for shows or any topic you'd like for me to address by emailing me at smartsistat@gmail.com. So anyway, thanks again, and I will see you next week. And remember, know thyself. Have a good one.